Hi everybody, it's Pastor Mac. Cameraman was getting a little close to me, so I just wanted to be safe. I hope you're all being safe out there. I just want to take a moment of your time. If you just listen to me, I just want to share a thought I had with you today from the Word. You know, I've been thinking about the nursery rhyme. You've probably all seen it before. It's a little one where you put your hands together and you go, "Here's the church, kids. Here's the church. There's the steeple. Look inside. There's all the people." The thing is, the thought that I had is that we're the church, we are the people, and we don't need brick and mortar. You know, I was thinking about that as a church. I had church today. You can have church right now wherever you're at. God's been so good to us. We have opportunities to tell people about Jesus left and right. You know, the Apostle Paul, he was faced with some difficult things in his culture. At one time in the church at Corinth, he was teaching the believers that the temple, the brick and mortar temple, wasn't such a big deal. And you have to remember, in that culture, it was a big deal. For centuries, the temple was where all the worshiping happened, where sacrifice happened. All of culture revolved around the temple. But here's what the Apostle Paul said as he was trying to teach these new believers. He said, "Don't you realize that all of you together are the temple of God, and the Spirit of God lives in you?" I just love that. Don't you realize that? All of you together are the temple of God, and the Spirit of God lives in you. We are the church, you and I. So no matter where we're at, no matter what we're doing, we can have church. Even today, my wife and I, we'll call this my church. We went for a little walk today. She shared some thoughts from the Word, and we just discussed it a little bit. And then I shared some thoughts that I had read earlier in the day. And that was my church today. You can have church right now. You might say, "Oh, I'm at work." So what? Or maybe you can say, "I'm alone." No, you're not. If you know Jesus, you have fellowship with Him. And there's lots of ways in our homes that we can bring church into our homes. Talking with our family, with our spouses especially, there's opportunities just to love on each other like we haven't in maybe a long time. There's another verse in the Bible from Proverbs that says, "A word aptly spoken is like apples of gold placed in a setting of silver." The idea is silver was pretty prevalent, so silver was easy to get. But when you set an apple of gold in that, it popped. Sometimes our words can do that. Tell your kids you love them. Tell them how amazing they are. Maybe they're driving you crazy right now. Hug them. Tell your wife you love her. Tell your husband you love him. You know, you can even do that with the Lord if you're alone. You can give Him an apple of gold. "I love you, God. I love you." Church, we're still doing church, no matter where you're at. And one day, it may look a little different and we'll come back together. But you can do church today, and I really encourage you to do that. Be careful as you do things. Eventually, you know, it's going to look different, but we're going to get back together. But what an opportunity we have. You know, the Apostle Paul, in the next verse, he said, "For whoever destroys this temple, I will destroy them. For God's temple is holy, and you are God's temple." So again, we are God's temple. We are the church, the body of Christ. How exciting is that? Please be careful, be safe. I love you and miss you and can't wait to be with you again. For now, though, have church at your place, and for me, I'll have church at my place. Be safe.